nightmare.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Subculture, the podcast where we discuss everything strange, obscure and downright messed up in the world of movies. My name's Gary.
And I'm Simon.
So Simon, I was wanting to ask you a question.
Go for it, Gary.
Yeah. Can a fully grown woman ever truly love a midget?
That's a difficult question, Gary. In this case, hell no. I think in general, probably yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's possible. But in this case, no.
That's it. We are, of course, talking about the tagline from Freaks,
Yep.
1932. So, any initial thoughts
Initial
on the film?
thoughts. It was very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know what I was really expecting, to be honest.
Right.
I remember you telling me that it was real, real circus freaks, if you will, who were in the film. But I didn't really know anything about the story. I didn't presume that it was taking place in a circus.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I didn't pertain to that. I was a little bit in the opening when the guy's talking about the woman and they all look in the box and everyone screams. I was kind of worried like they weren't going to show us what that was.
Right.
You know that way, like, until the very end I didn't realise they were going to go back to that. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
I like the film as well quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, I found it very funny. Like, also a darkness to it.
Yeah, it was quite honest in its portrayal. You know, like a lot of scenes seemed to just display it as it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that's why I think the film's quite important as being one of the first basically realistic kind of honest portrayals of what circus life is really
Yeah.
like for so-called circus
yeah,
freaks.
it's something like I've never seen before. You know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just because like, at every point when they introduce some, like, one of the characters that you hadn't seen before, you kind of double took, like, you just expect it to be someone in makeup or someone doing
Yeah.
like a silly face or something like that. You know what I mean? And it's actually quite jarring.
Yeah.
In a good way though, that when you realise no, that's actually just a human being, it's just a
Yeah.
person the way totally represented as they are. It's quite weird, like, when we'll come on to it, but like Todd Brown worked a lot with Lon Chaney
Yeah.
Senior, the man of 1,000 faces, who like, changed his experience all the time. So it must have
Yeah.
been quite refreshing even for him, to come to that.
Aye.
and be just presented with these people that just were what they were.
Yeah. Aye, 'cause Todd Browning actually, before he became a film director, he worked in circuses.
Yeah, aye,
Yeah,
right,
so he had that history, had
Had that history,
that
aye.
knowledge. And I think the film itself is still quite loved.
Which
within-
again, I think, like, given the reaction at the time to the film,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, I feel like people maybe did they maybe not know that he was, had a history with the circus and things like that. Because to me, that's straight away, as soon as you see that, you're like, I know why, I can see exactly why he did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Giving these people jobs, giving them a chance to, like, just be themselves. You know what I mean? It's
I think the film was really ahead of its time. People weren't quite ready for that
Definitely.
real visceral horror.
yeah,
Because, I mean, this came in the wake of the Universal's success with Dracula and Frankenstein.
Yep.
And MGM wanted to cash in on that. But this type of horror is a difference between that and Dracula, where it's sort of, or werewolves or Frankenstein, whatever, it's a monster and it's coming from maybe somewhere in Eastern Europe, whereas this is real and it's homegrown. America wasn't really ready for that horror till maybe 30 years later, when you had
I get
things
you.
like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the whole slasher cycle.
yeah. I know. I mean, like, there's been, like, says it right there. There's been nothing like it.
Yeah.
As with so many kind of different people, different, like, deformities, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Since. Is in that way. I mean, it's even ahead of its time now, because I don't think they would let them do it now. You know what I mean? Make the film.
You wouldn't think a major studio would make a film
No.
like this even today.
No, definitely not.
Uh,
Which is crazy, but
Yeah.
it really is. It's kind of in our, like, PC world now. You'd think it would be more than acceptable, but
yeah.
definitely ahead of its time, as you say.
Browning had a history of doing films like this,
Right.
where people sort of deformities. He's worked with Lon Chaney.
Yeah.
Often it is the one, The Unknown,
Yes.
which I watched as well. It's about a guy who with no arms.
Right.
So Browning has this fascination with deformity throughout his career.
I think that came from his like circus
I guess
experience
so,
and,
yeah.
and just kind of portraying people. Like, that would be the closest he could get really at that time, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, with working with Lon Chaney doing the deformity things, you know what I mean? Until Freaks, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it him that done the Unholy Three, or was that?
Yeah, it was Unholy Three as well.
That's got Harry
yeah,
Earl, from Hans from
Hans
from Freaks in it as well. So Gary, do you want to give us a wee outline of the plot?
The plot of Freaks is basically the backstage lives of sideshow circus performers, what they got up to. It's told around sort of three couples and sort of machinations. Is a plot where Cleo, a trapeze artist, tries to marry Hans to get his...
succeeds?
Well, yes,
in marrying.
To get his fortune.
Yeah, yeah, when they discovered a fortune.
Yeah.
I found myself wondering, how much is a fortune? It was just like, oh my god, he's inherited a fortune?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't quite work out for her.
No.
Does it?
No, it's definitely but the end credits, she's not in good light.
So playing into the themes of the sort of acceptance between humans and freaks, and how that doesn't really work out. Is it sort of dark? It's kind of pessimistic.
I guess it is.
All moral.
But again, looking at like the characters of Frozo and sorry, her name Venus. Like they seem to be like normal, if you will, people, and they're more than perfectly accepting.
Yeah, they are.
The freaks. Granted, neither of them are partaking in a relationship with any of them, but like still, they're not like taking the piss like the other people seem to be.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That was one thing I thought was a bit kind of, obviously not knowing anything about the story, that there was a lot of the kind of so-called normal people in the circus taking the piss. I thought there would have been more of a kind of, like the freaks seem to be in their own kind of community, you know, like hurt one, hurt us all, friend one,
totally.
friend all. But I thought like there would have been more like community between the whole circus.
Right, okay.
Definitely seemed to be segregation there.
Yeah, that's something Browning said he actually encountered.
It
was, he said, quite difficult to break into that group. You had to gain their confidence. It took a long time for them to accept you.
What, into the freaks?
Yeah. But in the film, the freaks are really open to the
until, you know, they get kind of...
And well, it's the Cleo and the strongman character who fuck it up for themselves.
Yes, I definitely. I mean, but like, I get what you're saying. Like, it's so that when she marries Hans, it's like they have that kind of almost like ceremonial acceptance song. You know what I mean? That like welcoming her, like one of us. I mean, it's as you say, it's quite open.
Yeah. That's a cracking scene.
I mean, it's just her face. It's just in like, she's just so horrified, like just all of a sudden. And but no, it's great.
That song as well.
Yeah, aye,
Gobble gobble, gobble gobble.
Yeah. Was it something out of Twin Peaks?
Yeah.
But like, just like your heart just warms to like all those characters. Like, I mean, I don't, right from the very first like the scene when the two like guys who aren't part of the circus are coming through the woods because they're on his land.
Yeah.
And like she's like saying that they're just children. I quite like that guy that's like just like says like, forget what I said about getting off my land.
Right.
Just do what you want. You know what I mean? That's really nice. You know, it's quite again maybe more accepting than you would have expected for that time. Given the reaction to the film. But like right from that moment, you're just like, it is just like kids, aren't they? They're just like, that's all those ones where, you know, the pinheads, as they're called, and the half boy.
Yeah.
So it's just you're and like, when you're first introduced to Hanson, is it Frida?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they just look like wee kids, don't they?
Yeah.
They literally just look like wee kids. It's just
Doll
so,
family.
Yeah. Just so cute, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, and I thought having them as two, as you say, like one of the couples is like the main other, really the first main characters you're introduced to.
Yeah.
was again a little jarring, but in a good way. It's kind of like when we watched Gummo. It was like, you know, you're introduced to the two boys, and it's kind of they end up being the kind of mainstay.
Yeah.
So you don't expect it, but it's refreshing.
Yeah.
And I thought that the range of emotions they conveyed was quite like unexpected. You know, for not being maybe like trained actors. Or
Yeah.
I know they were performers at the time.
That was one of the criticisms of the film at the time, I think. That people thought. I mean, Daisy Earls, who plays Frida, I think she does pretty well.
Yeah.
But some of her lines are a wee bit.
Yeah.
She's not the most naturalistic. But I think Harry's pretty good.
Visually, you know, again, like Brown coming from. I know there's lots mentioned about him having troubles when it came to the talkies.
Yeah.
You know, I think had it been a silent movie with those two people playing those roles, I think there would have been no criticism really. Because visually, I thought it looked.
Yeah.
There was a few lines, I know what you mean, didn't the intonation and things, you know, wasn't quite there, but I thought it worked. You know, the relationship between them, it was perfectly believable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when she was talking to Venus about that being
was
worried about Cleopatra chasing him, chasing Hans. I thought that was quite good.
Yeah, that's something that David Scowl, who's on the documentary, I've been reading his book there, and he argues that maybe it would have worked better as a silent film because you wouldn't have had that problem of the freaks reading their lines, plus the fact it was a silent film maybe would have made it less controversial because you would have that barrier between the audience and the film. It's less realistic, you know, can distance yourself from the film slightly.
Because I think the fact that these people, so-called freaks, can have these emotions, can say the things that these characters are saying, and even, you know, like, just that they're so close to being normal people, you know, and they are normal people in thought and, you know, and emotion, that probably scared people more. You know, as you say, if the silent film had been there and there was just intercards, people could have said, oh, well, that's just them.
Yeah.
You know, that's just interpretations. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying. That probably did make it a bit more scary for people at the time. Yeah,
because Brown doesn't have any, there wasn't any major controversies up to this point in his career with similar subject matter. Although one thing may have been the difference was his other films had made money. The fact that this film was controversial, get bad reviews, and didn't make any money, meant that it was its downfall, really.
Right, yeah,
I think it would have been a success like the studio, because most of all, studios, it's only about the money.
You're right, I mean, that's it. If you make money, then you can make anything, you're right.
Hitler eats a baby.
Yeah.
To quote John Landis.
Yeah, that's right.
He said that one time.
Yeah. But that's it, like, but you call I'm telling you, you call a film Hitler Eats a Baby, people will go and see it. You know what I mean? Hitler Eats a Baby in 3D.
Aye.
Nah, but people won't probably go and see it that way.
But I thought, going back to this sound thing, that the key scene we're talking about there, the wedding feast scene.
Yes.
He directed that silent, which is maybe why it stands out.
Right.
And just dubbed in the sound.
Ah, okay.
So it meant he could direct as the scenes go on, and maybe control the non-actors better.
Right. I mean, that's interesting because I mean, I wouldn't. The scene definitely stands out, but I wouldn't have said that it stood out for that reason. You know what I mean? That you would have thought it was shot silently, but that's really interesting. Because I guess you'd see that being a silent part of a silent film. Yeah. Good.
So overall, technically, I thought the film was pretty good. Like,
definitely.
In Dracula, you had sort of long pauses and stuff where there wasn't quite anything going on, and you felt like Browning was struggling with the sound format.
That's first sound. That's first talkie.
I think so. I'm not entirely sure.
Right.
But he seems to handle it a lot better here, I felt.
Have you ever seen any silent films?
The Unknown is the only one.
Sorry, is that silent? Right.
Yeah,
right, got you. And how does that compare visually and technically?
It's a lot more dynamic. It's pretty self-assured. It's the same, mostly just static camera setups, but quite dynamic editing.
Yes, I mean, it must have been a big jump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know what the equivalent would be nowadays, going from maybe like shooting a TV show to shooting a film. I don't know. But I mean, it must have been, as you say, like being able to direct on the fly, effectively. And completely in control and know exactly what you're doing. I mean, it was his realm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like directing radio. directing TV. I don't, or like film.
Yeah.
Must have been a big jump.
Aye.
You don't think
it wasn't even only Browning. Loads of directors
Yeah,
had that trouble making that
I
transition.
mean, you think the introduction of sound, it's not that big a deal. It should enhance and be a greater tool, but I guess when you're just used to working one way and you know exactly how to do it that way, it must be a big spanner in the works, really. It goes back to what we were talking about when we were talking about the artist,
Aye.
the guy that made sound or got sound into motion picture rolling in his grave. Those guys probably put them there. Some bitch.
So, like, the camera work in the film,
Yes.
it's mainly just unfussy. No drawing attention to itself. Basically, just sort of mostly static camera work, a few pans and a few dollies, basically. But that was kind of the style at the time.
Definitely.
Just the idea of you're forgetting, the realist idea of forgetting when you're watching a film, you're drawn into that world. So, didn't really have a problem with that.
No, not at all. No. So the camera work inside the caravans was pretty. Again, not camera work, just the setups. Such small spaces.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they had to have it open, at one end to shoot in there, but like I thought it worked pretty well. It was really little. Like each caravan was just like a different little home, wasn't it? It was just. Yeah. I don't mean little because the little people had their own things. All of them seemed really small.
Yeah, one thing I did think about watching it was some of the scenes were maybe slightly contrived in the sense it's just going around every character and they're doing a little whatever they do as freaks.
Yeah, there was. I mean, there was one scene that stuck out to me was I think his name, the actual guy's name is Prince Randy.
Right. Yeah.
That they get the human torso. I think it was his name in the credits. The black guy lighting his cigarette, and he's actually looking right at the camera the whole time. And it was quite intriguing. I mean, it's just astounding. Like some of the stuff it tells you in the documentary about him.
Totally, yeah.
Like, and he had 8 children. He was married, everything. I mean, it's like, why do? Not that I expected he wouldn't have, but it's just like how he did. Like, even just lighting a cigarette. Apparently, like they cut it from the film, but he actually rolled that cigarette.
Yeah,
it's part of his act. Like. It's just like it's amazing, but like that kind of seemed a bit.
It's a balance, though, I think, between it's trying to portray them naturalistically for the first time.
But, and again, that gets over the whole. It's the whole thing. Like now, it's like even when people are disabled and things, it's like okay, maybe like some people can't walk upstairs, right? But in every other way, they can totally perform their, they can totally live their lives, and that's what I think maybe Brown was trying to show was like, okay, this guy has nothing. He's got a head.
Yeah.
No arms, no legs. But he can still have a fag if he wants one. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And the girl like eating her dinner with her feet.
Yeah.
Apparently she, like in the documentary in real life, tells you she crocheted with her feet quite happily.
Aye.
I mean, that's like astounding. You know what I mean? Like, I can't crochet with my hands. You know what I mean? I can't do a lot of stuff with my hands. Do you know what I mean? But these people are, so I think that's what he's maybe trying to say. You say like, it's kind of. These people live completely self-sufficient lives. There's nothing to nothing to be scared of. They're just do it. They're able to eat food, smoke cigarettes, whatever. Forgot the point you started making.
I just
you were saying about like just showing the freaks, so-called freaks doing stuff.
Yeah, showing them in a realistic way.
Yeah. Even though
which I think, overall, I like the fact that it is doing that.
Yeah.
But it's just, you could criticise it of just like hitting points, right? Well, this one does whatever.
Yeah.
Going right.
Yeah,
but,
I get you.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, there's a bit where Frozo says, that was a bit like, some points you were kind of like, are they meant to be part of the freaks or not? Okay. Right? And there's a bit where Frozo and Venus are having a conversation just after she breaks up with the strongman. Did you notice him putting on her perfume when she left? Yeah, that's brilliant. I was looking at it, I was like, is he gonna? I think he actually realised. No, he didn't. He looked at something else, but I thought it was funny. And they're talking and they're kind of flirting, like, and he says about her, blah blah blah, and he says that she says you're like a good kid or something like that, right? And he says you should have caught me before my operation. What,
yeah, that's one interesting thing.
I was kind of like I was waiting for it to be like maybe had I don't know, had an accident or something like that and was castrated or something. Like, you know, that was what
Well,
he was
yeah, I
implying.
don't want to tell you what it is.
No, it was that just. I was just wondering if you.
Well, that's one of the things. Like all the three main couples have some kind of frustrated sexual tension. Nothing's quite normal. Like obviously, it is hinted at some kind of vasectomy or something.
Yeah.
You can't fornicate.
Aye, well, yeah, it was kind of hinted at that, but then the rest of it didn't kind of went against that a wee bit when they do actually get together because, and then when he turns up in the suit right at the end, it was like a completely different film, and I know that was like shot post. I thought it was like, I don't know,
Aye,
it just felt like a different film when they turned up.
I know the end is a bit of a mess.
Yeah,
We'll go into that.
But no, I just wondered what you thought about the operation.
So, and you've also got the Siamese twins.
Yes,
Violet and Daisy.
That situation was, I liked that situation. I was regaling my wife with that situation this morning. I thought that was pretty funny.
Aye.
It was bad enough when she was just engaged to marry the guy. And he like kept like falling out with the sister-in-law. But then when the other guy proposes to the sister, and then it's like, you need to come and visit us. I was like, what?
That's a hell of a mess.
I really, I don't know. It was like, I mean, they say in the documentary that it kind of happened. It was a bit of a kind of publicity stunt when they both get married, but I don't think they both get married to the one person or something. I don't know, but I guess it could have happened, eh? It's a weird one.
Yeah, and then you've also got the main one between Cleopatra and Hans.
Yes.
Completely messed up situation there, and throw in Hercules. You've got a kind of Oedipal situation.
Yeah.
A little kid want to fuck his mother. As Freud would tell us.
Right, like when at the wedding, and like she tells all the freaks to get out, and then like, Hercules lifts hands up into her shoulders, and she runs around the table. I mean, that was just a bit disturbing. Like, it was more disturbing from the fact of, oh my god, they're totally ripping out this wee guy. Like, that's just like, it's, in a colloquial term, pure shady. You know? You know what I mean? I really felt bad for him. It was like, oh. But like, it kind of, there was a bit of wrongness there, yeah. And it just looked too much like a child. And that's such a shame. But like, you know what I mean? It really did. And I guess that was the whole doll family thing. But I know what you mean. Yeah,
so that's something Browning seems to have an issue with. He has that sort of deformities as frustrating sexual desire. Is it in the unknown? There's Lon Chaney plays a gangster, right? And he goes undercover in the circus, pretending to be a guy with no arms.
Right.
Then he falls in love with this girl in the circus who has a pathological fear of being hugged by a man.
Right.
So I thought, yes, I'm set here. I don't have the arms. But then he ends up murdering her father.
Right.
Do you mind if I spoil?
Not at all. No, you're alright.
He's got a weird thing. He's got two thumbs.
Right.
Right. So he's strangling her father because he's like being really possessive of her and no let her see him. And she sees I'm being strangled by a guy with two thumbs.
Ah, right.
So after he's dead, he's like, yeah, alright, I'm in here. But oh man, she might see my thumbs. Once we're together, she's gonna know. So what he does, gets a doctor to amputate his arms.
Oh my god.
Fucking bizarre. But then as soon as he's done that, she gets over it, the fear. And starts seeing this other guy.
Oh. She not like it's over it, she loves being hugged.
That's
so crazy, man.
Pretty fucked up.
That's like something else that like I don't know if you would see even getting made today.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy. And like I don't know, like that seems more horrific than Freaks.
It does in a way.
Because Freaks really the story, like like the end and stuff like that, and the kind of them like taking the piss with Hans. But other than that, it's all kind of fairly like sweet. You know what I mean? Can things kind of work out? You know what I mean? For most of the or for the good characters anyway. But that seems kind of fucked up.
Yeah. So, in the story, Cleo and Hercules try to do over Hans.
Sorry, like, can I just? We're talking about the couples having the sexual barriers. Yep. Would Hans then be the sexual barrier to Hercules and Cleopatra?
So
what were we saying was the? You're saying every couple has this.
I was sort of thinking the couple was Hans and Cleopatra.
Okay, right. Okay, I get you.
But you've got Hercules in the mix there as well.
I get you. So, who are the three main couples then?
Violet, Daisy, and Roscoe.
Oh, right. Okay, I was considering Hans and Frida, the other couple, because they start off as a couple.
Well, I think that's perfectly normal in a sexual sense, Hans and Frida.
Sure, right. Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were considering. Sorry, yeah, no problem. Aye, that's fine. So then the Daisy and Violet thing, they're more of a kind of quintuple, are they not?
Yeah.
Or quadruple? What? Quadruple. They're not just a couple, because there's four of them eventually. It's fucked up. It is. That's like, even when she's like sitting there like kissing her new fiance, she's sitting reading a book, and all of a sudden she can.
Yeah.
Like, did you hear the thing in the documentary they're talking about? Was it F. Scott Fitzgerald?
Right.
Apparently went when they were shooting the film. I think it was when they were shooting this film, and met them, and one of them was reading the menu, and the other one could tell them what it said.
I wonder if that's true or not.
I don't know. I mean, the story could be true, but to me, it's like that was part of their act.
Yeah.
So she would have known already what that said.
So
you know what I mean? That would have been something they would practice. But I don't know if it was true. That's like, I've never heard, like, there are still Siamese twins born today. I know they're generally separated before they're at the age maybe they could do that kind of stuff. But
I mean, they say that about identical twins.
Yeah, they do.
A psychic.
Yeah. But that seemed like a very kind of like she pinched her in the he pinched her in the shoulder, and she could feel it. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, get back to your.
We'll get into the later plot. So we've got the scam to get Hans's money.
Yes.
Cleo marries Hans, but she's not up for drinking the juice.
No, she doesn't want to be one of us.
She doesn't. No.
No. But no, I'd say she strongly doesn't want to be one of us. What she calls them, slimy, disgusting freaks.
Aye. So forcing the freak's hands into revenge.
Oh yes.
Aye. After she tries to kill off Hans.
Yeah, I thought that was quite like it was quite good when I realised that Hans was totally, he knew what was going on, and he was spitting out, and he could tell they were all planning something. When they corner in the caravan though, like they bring out their weapons and start polishing them.
Oh yes,
that was such a kind of like gangster movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the guy that's the half boy, the guy that's
Johnny Eck. Yeah.
And he brings out the gun and he just starts polishing it. It's like just so funny.
Yeah, that whole last section is really good.
Yeah, like seeing like when they're travelling in the rain. Yeah,
building up
definitely.
the tension. Yeah, Brian does quite a cool thing. The whole chase. They're chasing them down.
Yes.
He'll like put the freaks under the carriages.
Yeah.
And he's like.
That was the thing. Sorry, I was going to say when which part is it? There's a part before that when Cleo goes back to her caravan. I think it's after she's cussed out all the freaks at the wedding. I think it is. Try to remember. There's a bit basically she goes to go back to her caravan and they're all underneath it.
Aye.
I thought it really was pretty effective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Aye.
And there's a bit when the human torso, the black guy, was watching her, and they're all watching her.
Yeah, they're under the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's quite. Yeah. And then the frame's like closed off like horizontally.
Yes.
And they're like peeking through. It's quite interesting.
It worked really well. You know what I mean? It was kind of, you got the kind of rage from the kind of.
And then later they are crawling under the carriages.
I thought that was really good. Yeah, that was something more like kind of in line with modern horror.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though we were on the side, I think really of the freaks. I mean, I wasn't like worrying what they were going to do to, you know what I mean? I was kind of like, get her.
Aye. Browning closes off the frame in different ways to emphasise. I think trying to emphasise the difference, emphasises their size, and sort of they're like crawling out from some kind of dark abyss to wreak revenge.
I mean, it was visually quite like stark and quite scary, if you will. if you hadn't already known these characters throughout the film, if you just had come to
Yeah.
that, it'd been quite freaky. Like something I haven't seen it, which I'm embarrassed to say maybe a wee bit, but like something like Hills of Eyes, it kind of took my mind there a wee bit. That maybe visually and things when they're coming out and training and stuff.
So the freaks are the protagonists of the film. We sort of see from their perspectives, but at the end they're kind of compromised heroes. They're forced to maim and deform.
And I mean, even that's even more put into like. It's even more what's the word, conveyed that way when you get to the kind of redone ending, when it's implied that when Frida says to the Hans, like, it wasn't your fault, you tried to stop them, making him out of making him less of a making it as if it's not him that's been the leader, where it seemed as if he was just as much enraged as the rest of them. Like you only wanted the bottle of poison.
I didn't really like that scene.
Nah.
I think the studio put that in there. It's because it was coming across that Hans was too vengeful.
I thought that was the message that's included in the DVD. That's the kind of prologue message.
That
gives you tells them their code of conduct and what would happen to like people born with deformities, in past times. I thought that was kind of the point. It was like, don't fuck with us. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if you fuck one of us, you fuck with all of us. And I don't know. I mean, I thought kind of they were well within their rights to take some sort of vengeance. I would or seek some sort of justice, I guess. But
yeah, I
mean, I believe the original ending was where it ends just now. She screams and the lightning's there, and it just fades into the epilogue. It fades to back to her at the freak show being the kind of duck lady.
Yeah, there was a few different ones, I think.
Yeah,
couldn't quite.
I think that the original way it was meant to end was the lightning was going to hit a tree. The tree was going to fall on her, break her legs.
Yeah, well, you would see everything. Yeah, I think originally.
Well, and then the freaks would just swarm over.
Yeah,
and then it would fade to the duck lady. She'd be quacking, and then we would also see Hercules, who had apparently been like emasculated. His woolly cut off.
Yeah.
Probably his balls as well. And he was singing like kind of
castrato. Was
yeah. Castrato, is that right?
That's the same thing.
What do you mean?
Castrated, castrato.
Was that the type of voice?
Yeah, because that's what they used to do. Like when young boys cut the balls off.
Right.
They could sing higher for a woman.
Really? Me? I didn't realise that was the name of the type of voice.
I think it is.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know if that's right or not, Gary.
Right.
We'll see.
So
but yeah. So and then that was going to be the ending. Which I think would have been fine. I guess for all the things for them to change, it didn't really help it, did it? It seemed to. Although I think that was the original tested ending. They put out that ending originally, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
everything in.
Yeah.
I think that was the original preview version. Yeah.
Which I was surprised that wasn't on DVD. To be fair.
Well, it depends if that still exists or not.
Yes, exactly. That's what I mean now.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does. Will turn up eventually.
Because I think that would be a given the rest of the story, I think that would help the ending. You know what I mean? At the moment, it feels like it's been cut off.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes before the ending, and then this other bit's just been sandwiched in. It doesn't really feel like the rest of the film.
I know. I mean, we were talking a couple of weeks ago about Island of Death, how much that was cut.
So I'll just jump in. You're right enough at the castrato thing. Yep.
Island
of Death.
We were saying, has a film been cut more?
Yes.
This film eventually cut by 30 minutes.
See, when I heard that in the documentary, I wrote that down. 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that mean off of the 59-minute running time?
No. Well, it's originally 90.
Oh, really?
Aye.
Oh, so it's still cut?
Yeah.
Ah, right. Like I was wondering, like I was thinking if that's off the 59 minutes, I'm thinking that's...
I know.
What? So it's still...
And it seems it's a combination of censors dictating cuts, plus if it was too much for the studio as well.
Right.
They actually, I think, instigate some of the cuts after like the disastrous previews, where people were just completely shocked. And
like running. Apparently,
yeah.
I don't know whether it was staged or not, but like running out of the theatre screaming.
Aye.
And one woman had a miscarriage. Apparently.
whether or not that was just sort of a ballyhoo.
Looking at the film as it stands, as in the 59-minute cut, I can't understand it at all. I can't even, like, our lives resemble nothing to what people's lives in 1932 or exposure to these kind of things would have been. So we have no way of saying whether we would react any way similar at that point. But who knows? Maybe in the 30 minutes that have been cut, there's some really weird shit. You know what I mean?
Well,
have you heard any? Do you know anything about the missing footage or?
Well, what they do to Cleopatra. What we were saying there, that was what was cut.
Yep.
There's also David Scal mentions a few things in the commentary. One of them was there's like a Seal Girl character who's just like a minor character. She's only appears in a couple of scenes in the film as it is now. She actually, there's a scene where she's like chasing one of the seals, the actual seals in the film,
right.
trying to, fornicate or whatever.
Trying to shag it.
There's.
You're so posh on the podcast, Gary.
Oh,
fornicate.
Shag.
I bet you see that to the other lasses.
Would you like to fornicate this evening?
Always works this way.
Yeah.
Sorry, were you asking me there?
What?
I'm good. I'm good.
And there's another scene where Hercules punches Josephine Joseph.
Oh yeah, that's kind of in there though, is it? Yeah.
It's in that initial confrontation at the start. Right. It's a bit jarring as it is. It's kind of like a big jump cut type thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to make sense.
Yeah, I thought there'd be more of it, but I thought it was a bit harsh.
Yeah.
But it did seem weird when she was just standing right at the door, watching them. It seemed a bit kind of like, what are you doing? And then it cuts outside and she's away from the caravan, or she, whatever. But
so I wish I could see all that stuff. It seems completely.
It's funny when Hercules in the guy's marrying one of the twins.
Roscoe
are standing and he says, "I think she likes you," but he doesn't about Josephine Joseph. But yeah, it would be definitely interesting to see all that stuff.
Aye.
As it stands, I didn't, other than the ending and maybe that cut in the fight, I didn't feel that there was lots missing. I wouldn't have said there was, the editing was fairly well done.
Yeah.
There wasn't lots that I felt was missing, but the ending definitely doesn't work. I don't think as it is.
For the most part, it's probably stuff that was superfluous to the plot, but it was just like freak stuff. Because it was the wedding scene, you saw quite a number of characters who I hadn't seen before. So I'd like to have seen them.
Definitely.
So
I found that the woman that had the children at the beginning.
Okay.
Right. Was she the owner of the circus? That she said that was my circus, but like for the rest of the film, she was there a couple of scenes and things, but I felt that it was very unregulated, if you know what I mean. Even though it was like a circus and there was nobody in charge. There was no hierarchy of like, oh, it's Mr. Such and Such or Miss, circus. It felt fairly lawless, is what I mean. Thus giving like kind of rise to what happened at the end. You know what I mean? It didn't. Who was going to stop that? You know what I mean?
I guess or
even what happened to Hans. You know what I mean? It was like, I found that a wee bit weird at times. Like I was thinking, like, you should go and tell somebody. You know what I mean? Go and tell Mr. Circus Man.
Who knows? Maybe
Bobby,
that was in
Bobby
there.
Roberts up the front. You know what I mean? Didn't get him telt. Not good.
I know. Maybe that was in there and it got lost, cut out.
But, it's like, why would it be?
Well, I don't know.
Scary shit.
Apparently,
Bobby
whip
it. It was saying one of the posters it shows you in the documentary, and it was saying like it was banned in the UK for 30 years.
It was so.
I mean, like even in this cut form, I just kind of.
Yeah.
Again, it's like the whole thing. Like we don't know how. We'll quite happily watch some weird shit. You know what I mean? Now, and whereas like people back then probably couldn't even have imagined that the stuff that we watch now. You know what I mean?
I know.
So I get it, but it's hard to believe it was.
I know it must have been that shock of real horror versus Dracula, which in Frankenstein, which went through, it was fantasy, whereas people just weren't ready for to see these things on screen.
Yeah, I guess because with everything else, you could always go, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. Look, this is the guy that plays. Here's Lon Chaney. Like, he doesn't really look like that.
Yeah,
It's just all makeup. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, with Billy the Ghost or whatever,
aye,
the Wolfman. It's like you could say this. You know, it's definitely not real. Whereas this was real. Not particularly horrific in my mind, but I guess back then, as you say, like, and having them again be so humanised
aye,
probably didn't sit well with people.
yeah. I guess at that time people just weren't really willing to accept difference, maybe in a way. It was like sort of quite strict moral codes about behaviour.
I guess it's kind of, it goes back to no, it doesn't go back to because it was after that, but like similar thing with like something like the Planet of the Apes, the original Planet of the Apes. It's like when you even the book, like when you get to the end of the book, I've never read it, but I know how it ends. And it's like a story that's being told, and you realise that it's a message in a bottle almost from two apes.
Yeah,
And that's supposed to be this big shock, and it's the whole thing, like things that are people that you don't expect to be doing certain things when they're doing things that are so close to what you do. You just presume that they won't be able to do. You know, it's kind of that. That's what I think the Planet of the Apes was meant to be, like kind of shock. It's like that could be an ape, and that you know what I mean. It's kind of. What I'm trying to say, Gary. Tell me what I'm trying to say. It's just things that you don't expect, like certain things to be doing, and it's kind of horrifying kind of thing, or like unusual when they're doing exactly what you do. You know.
Yeah.
And I think the way that the freaks had been treated even before this time, I mean, talking in the prologue message about them being just taken like, into court and things like that, and just been
Aye.
Doesn't say tortured, but I'm presuming it'd be mental torture.
Yeah.
You know, at least. So maybe guilt as well. It's the whole thing. Oh my God! Like, what have we been doing to people?
Yeah.
And they're perfectly capable of living and thinking and having emotions, but yet we've been treating them like this. So, I mean, that would be a big part of it as well, I think. You know?
Aye. I went on the BBFC website to check it out, and it was rejected again in 1952.
Right.
So, didn't make any progress there in the 20 years. But in 63, I think it was first passed in the UK with the X certificate. So I was kind of saying the times of the 60s, you had breakdowns of those traditional
again, like, come back to
social
like
codes.
My perception of an X-rated film. It's like, you know what I mean. It's just nothing.
Aye.
Connecting the 2 points, it seems so far away from anything you would presume would be X-rated. You know what I mean? But
well, there was one to say about the end as well, like the hands thing at the end.
Yes.
Never got to say that.
yeah, kind of added in. And
Aye. When I first saw that, I thought, right, he's feeling guilty. He's isolated himself from the other
that's
performers.
To me, when I first went to that end scene, I thought the guilt that he was feeling was because he was so ashamed of what she'd said about all these people.
Right.
You know what I mean? No?
Kinda.
That was like, you know, that I think he said, like, you know, that she when he was angry at her after that point, when he was kind of feeling ill, he said, like, I'm so ashamed kind of thing. And I thought that was why he was feeling like, couldn't speak to people.
Yeah.
Because he'd embarrassed himself and he allowed himself to be taken in by this.
Aye.
You know what I mean? He allowed himself to be fooled. But
well, it seems the reason he's upset is because of what he actually did.
Yeah.
What happened to Cleopatra? Because it's what Frida says about it wasn't your fault.
That is why. But I mean, when it first went to that scene, I presumed. But
I presumed he was upset because of what he did to Frida. Which
yeah,
is a dick move.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, that was total dick move. Like, see when she went to his like caravan and was like,
aye,
like that.
But he didn't seem bothered about that.
Nah. I mean, she didn't seem bothered, to be fair either. You know what I mean? She was like, I love you, it's fine.
Aye, right.
But I know it was a total dickhead move.
So that always throws me a wee bit.
But I don't know. They were definitely trying to be like, oh, he's not that bad. You know?
Yeah.
he's alright. He's not. But then that totally makes you think, like, all these characters you've kind of like grown attached to over the film, they're basically saying, they were all dickheads. They're all shiters. You know what I mean? It's like, this guy's, by saying this guy's not that bad because of what happened,
aye,
or it's not his fault,
yeah,
it's saying that they're all evil.
That's true as well. I think David Skill points out, I think in the documentary, where it reinforces the hierarchy between the freaks, like the more humanised ones.
See, and that for me defeats the purpose almost of the film.
Aye.
You know what I mean? That really hurts the film's point.
That's a shame.
Almost.
Although it's maybe no Browning's intention because he maybe had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, maybe. Aye. Again, I don't really know what Frozo and Venus are meant to be up to at this point when they're dressed like, you know, so dapperly.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I guess Hans has got his fortune, so he's got his mansion, but
aye.
And it's not really inferred what happened to the circus. It seems like none of those characters are now with the circus anymore. So,
aye.
Like I know what the answer to this question is now, but when I first went to the duck lady, I wasn't sure if it was the same actress that was played Cleopatra or if it was another.
Right.
Because saying you telling me that it was all or it contained real freak people.
Right.
I wasn't sure. I'm thinking. I was like, is that a real freak? That would have been crazy, wouldn't it? But it's still well done. Like it was all right. You know what I mean? I was a wee bit jarred. I was like, eh.
Right. It's pretty extreme.
Yeah. Aye. But then, there you go.
What have been up to getting down the duck pond?
Aye. How did they even make her into that though? Like, I can understand like if she had been like scarred or her feet had been cut off or things had been cut off, but turning into a duck.
Some extreme science right there.
That's it.
Half man, half duck. Half woman,
half duck. Aye, fair enough, man. Don't be sexist. You dick. Josephine Joseph will come and punch you.
Aye. Sure.
Aye, what was it said? Don't upset her, he'll punch you.
Yeah.
Genius. Let me see if there's anything else I was going to say. I quite liked Frozo's bathtub gag.
Okay.
That's quite clever. I thought he's in the bath and she's leaning out there. She can totally sees Bobby. And then he just comes fires at the bottom of it. I thought that was brilliant. I quite liked that. Again, just where the camera was perched, it just looked like you just presumed he was in the bath.
Aye.
Again, something that would have worked. It worked really well. It worked even, really well with sound, but probably something that Brown would have savoured had it been a silent film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you couldn't really hear water, but
right.
But you just visually, I kind of presumed he was in the bath.
Right. Aye.
They came out the bottom of it. That was quite clever. In the documentary, it was talking to a lot of actual people who'd been in circus throughout the thing, and I thought it was quite interesting. There's one of the little people, as they refer to themselves, not the Irish leprechauns, one of the little persons in the doc, was pointing out the fact that like even he although he is maybe. He encounters a lot of people, like, the voyeuristic kind of the fact of his size and the novelty of it, I guess.
Yeah.
He says, like, I still find that myself with other people who are abnormal. And I mean, that's like something that's like, exactly, obviously, it's good that he said that because it just shows you that everyone has that fascination with the kind of abnormal. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, something, just human nature.
Yeah, and I mean, just because someone has a deformity or an abnormality or whatever doesn't mean they're immune to it.
Yeah.
Even if you are one of us, you're still going to maybe look at someone else and go, "Oh my god, that's like different." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I thought that was quite interesting. Another thing I was going to bring up was a lot of times through the documentary points out that they didn't really have a great time filming it.
Well, yeah. A lot of the people in it had sort of bad memories about it.
Yeah, and kind of turned their back on it afterwards and really regretted doing it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of, I guess maybe just the reaction to it.
Possibly, aye.
And I mean, we don't know what it'd been like for them. If people were running out, or supposedly running out of cinemas because of this film, I mean, that must have made them feel pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's again, with it being so far ahead of its time,
aye.
It's just a bit sad, isn't it? You know what I mean? I think one of the guys in the documentary says he went to interview the little guy who's holding the chalice for the wine in the wedding scene, and he didn't. He said he would talk to them, but he's not talking about Browning or freaks.
Aye.
It's a shame. 'Cause, I mean, it's a perfectly good film, and it's like, I don't know. I don't think there's anything that we've got now that kind of says what it's saying.
Aye.
For the time, you know what I mean, or at all. as well as it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the similarities to Gummo, in a way.
Aye. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Less, yeah.
Putting people with deformities
A
on
less,
screen
yeah, I guess a
sincerely.
less literal deformity. Yeah, I get what you mean. More kind of figuratively.
Aye.
Yeah, the other, as we were saying, the kind of different outsider, whatever. But it's a shame that they felt so adverse to it.
Aye.
I was talking about Lady Olga that played the bearded lady.
Right, aye.
She didn't really have a big part in the film, but apparently she was like really like kind of really against it. Like
aye.
They was talking, they thought maybe she thought she was a bit above it, or so, I don't know. But the bit when she's having the baby, and Frozo goes in and goes, "What is it?" It says a girl. Oh, good. Oh, and she's gonna have a beard. I thought that was a laugh. That was genius. She was married to the human, or like had the baby with the human skeleton. Yeah. But I don't know. I do find it kind of sad that these people looked back in it with such kind of bad memories.
Aye.
I think was John Eck? Sorry, did you say it was
Johnny Eck?
Johnny Eck.
Yeah.
I think he was one of the people that spoke quite positively of it on it, and his autobiographical writings. He got on quite well with Browning as well. But I don't know. I mean, you can see why they would maybe have adverse feeling to it at the time. Yeah. It's just a shame.
I think just too adventurous for its time in a way.
Yeah.
Shame we don't have any like Browning's reaction to it as well.
I know that was
a bit reckless.
He just he never gave an interview.
Aye.
It'd be interesting to hear his thoughts. I take it none of the cast will be alive now, eh?
Wouldn't think so.
No, I think that guy when he spoke to the guy that played the guy with the chalice.
Aye.
And I think he was one of the kind of last remaining.
Aye, I don't think many of them did anything else. I mean, Harry Earls turned up in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I saw that.
39, 7 years later. So he maybe did okay, but
yeah. And him and Daisy Earls, Hanson Frieda, were actually brother and sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a whole family.
Aye.
What was it, Living Dolls? The doll family, as we said. It's interesting, we didn't really see many of their acts.
Right.
Like, we didn't really see the trapeze act.
Aye.
And then they went on stage, Hanson Frieda, we didn't really see them dancing. Apparently he sung.
Aye.
You know, but it was usually it was firmly in the backstage.
Yeah.
Which I guess, and there wasn't even. I never really saw any members of public, you know, like going to see the show. I guess I don't know whether that would be a budget thing or whatever. Maybe trying to get people, like if people wouldn't go and see them at the cinema, maybe it was a bit kind of to get them to sit and film stuff. But I don't know. But
who knows? Maybe that was in there again.
Yeah.
The only one, the one scene we talked about earlier with the public reaction when the two in the forest.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
in the public reaction to the bird girl who wasn't really a freak, I guess. But
aye.
And you never see them really looking at that, so that could have been done afterwards. But I did enjoy it. I found it quite refreshing. Again, it was just kind of say with nothing comparable really in the physical deformation type thing, and shows them. I thought it really, other than the vengeful disfiguration of Cleopatra, which again I think she had it coming. Really, you know, the bad characters get punished. Good characters survive and seems to be happily ever after almost. I think they're all pretty endearing. You know what I mean? And, quite accepting of each other and accepting everyone else. And you say quite open in this, even though it might not have been the kind of they've been quite. But you could see why they'd be quite guarded in real life. Yeah, kind of untrusting.
Overall, it has quite a pessimistic moral, as we said before, because it's at the start you've got the Cleo. Hans thinks Cleo's laughing at him. At the start, it's obviously happens quite a lot. Yeah. He says, "You laugh at me." She says, "No." But in the end, she was. So just reinforces that there was these two boundaries that couldn't quite be breached between the two communities. Again,
that thinking onto the kind of ending as it is just now when they go to see him, that's why I kind of thought they couldn't, you know, he was so embarrassed because he'd been kind of sucked in by this lie. Aye. You know, because it's kind of worried about it at the beginning, and then kind of overcomes it, and then kind of loses himself into like thinking that she's in love with him, and then he's kind of like he's been really like showing up, if you know what I mean.
Aye. But as well as that, the film's really funny. A lot of good lines in it.
Yeah. I really like the Frozo Venus like stuff. That was quite, it's quite a nice wee kind of flirtation relationship and things like that. It was good. And I quite enjoyed the interaction between Hans and Freda.
Yeah.
Thought that was quite funny as well.
It's a good bit. They're sitting at a table.
Yeah.
And she's talking to him, and he's like daydreaming and that.
Yeah.
And she says, "Hans, you're not listening to me." Goes, "Yes, I am, Frida."
What was I saying? Jeez, what you were saying? I thought that was brilliant.
You must not smoke such a big cigar.
Oh, yeah, no, it was good.
So, David Skill calls it one of the strangest films ever made by a Hollywood studio. And I must say I concur.
Yeah, and strange as in that it was made at all, I guess.
Indeed, aye. Even today, I don't know if you've seen this ilk.
No.
So
remember seeing an episode of the X-Files where they did like kind of circus freaks.
Okay.
When they went in, but again they were not circus. They were all played by actors with makeup and things like that.
Right.
They kind of showed them that this kind of closed off community kind of thing. You know what I mean? Very interesting and things. Right. But that's about the closest I think other thing that I've seen. Again, it wasn't real people. You know, it was kind of very much interpretation of it.
Yeah, so it's a great film. It's a shame we don't have the full version.
Yeah, I didn't know that going into it, but I'm pretty disappointed. But then I'm heartened that they didn't cut it to 29 minutes and you did 30 minutes of cuts that way, so that's at least alright. But yeah, it's a shame that kind of led to Browning's kind of that and the kind of introduction of sound, I guess they said. Because it was good. So Gary, on to the news section.
Yeah.
Formerly known as random shit. Now there's been a bit of a controversy with this section, Gary. You see, the first 3 episodes we did of this podcast, I put forth to you we should call this section random shit. Yes, and that's what it was called. Did
you?
What?
I thought I came up with that name.
Fuck off. You're Gary. Don't you hold on. Stop the. No, don't stop. What do you mean?
Did I know?
What do you mean?
You?
Aye, it was me.
Was it? Aye.
What do you mean? Was it you? Does it sound like something you would come up with?
No, because I was saying I put in the name Random Roundup.
I said random shit.
Did you?
Yes, trust me. I said.
Okay.
Right. Anyway.
Maybe you did.
No, I definitely did.
No, because I
say random shit all the time.
I say random shit as well.
You're boys, Gary. You're boys. Anyway. Whoever came up with it, even though it was me, and I know it was me because I know it was me because I put it forth to you.
Did you?
Aye. Because I said that's what we should call it, and it was just a joke, but we ended up calling it that. Anyway, for the last episode, Gary thought it was a bit too cool for school, and he decided that us calling it random shit was us trying to be cool. Much like the people who say, "Yeah, I smoke."
Yeah.
I smoke, aye. You smoke, I smoke. You know, you smoke, you like smoke. You want to get high?
Yeah.
Right, so after some feedback, we are bringing back random shit.
Right.
And we're going to have a theme song for it, Gary.
Really?
Gary writes the theme tunes.
Aye.
Sing the theme tune, write the theme tune. Probably not going to have a theme tune, but it's coming back anyway. That's all I'm going to say. So random shit for people who haven't heard it before includes like pickups, things we've bought me and Gary. Also any like general film news, Blu-ray news, DVD news, whatever. Just random shit. Literally what it says in the tin. I mean, last podcast you said news section.
I think you said the news roundup.
I mean that's shite, Gary.
Yeah. First episode there was nothing.
What?
No title.
Was there no?
It was just straight in.
Right. See, I said random shit. You probably cut it out though.
What?
I had said random shit and then you cut it out. Anyway. Okay. Shall we move on to random shit, Gary?
Yes. I'm ready.
Ready for what?
Some random shit.
Gosh, good. So Gary, have you got any pickups this time? This couple of weeks?
I do. No many, 3. Couple of VHS pickups.
Right. Oh yeah.
Sword in the Stone.
Oh
On
yeah.
VHS.
Disney Sword in the Stone.
Aye.
Oh, that's one of my favourites from when I was younger.
Just pick up all the Disney VHSs
Got
for
you.
nostalgia
Yeah,
reasons.
it's good to have ones that aren't out in Blu-ray yet or DVD even.
Yeah.
Is it out in DVD yet?
It is in DVD. I don't know if it's still in print
just-
or whatever.
You just strictly try to pick it up because it's VHS kind of thing?
Kinda. Well, I started buying the ones I'd wanted to see them all, and I started buying the ones that were out of print and back in the vault. You couldn't rent them. So, and then after I got them, I just started thought I would just buy the rest of them.
Got you.
And some of the VHSs have the differences between stuff that's then you make it to the DVD. There's slight alterations.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's like a time capsule. If you grew up in the 80s or 90s watching a VHS,
Even just
a Disney VHS.
the rhythm of the trailers before it.
Aye.
I mean, I remember like you just knew them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You could literally do a part in the trailers because you knew exactly because you've watched the video so often. Yeah, good nostalgia. And even though I hate trailers on like Blu-rays now, you know that way. When you were forced to watch them and it was kind of they were all Disney ones. When you were a kid, it was alright.
Yeah.
There's sometimes there's films in those like Song of the South, things like that, things that I've not seen the entirety of, that you still know the sections. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know word for word the wee trailer bits you would see on the VHSs. Good.
Yep. So that one also got Train Spotting, the green edition, the lime green cover.
I haven't seen it. Is that like video? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just got like deleted scenes and stuff.
Ah.
I mean, all that stuff turned up in the DVD.
Yeah, got you.
But it's kind of quite a nice cover. I thought it's a nice edition to have. It was
Sure.
a limited edition at the time, but I think I've got number like 80,000 and something.
I'm looking up your sales, but I can't see it.
It's over there.
I'll see it later.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah, so picked up that for 50 pence.
Kind of beat it.
And the other thing is, I finally pulled the trigger on the Touch of Evil Steelbook.
Oh, nice.
Then I'm going back and forth on it for about 3 months. Thought, I'll get that. Then I didn't get it, but finally got it last week there.
Get it,
picked up 2.
Oh.
£15 each.
Right, who's that from?
HMV.com.
Alright, so it was still that price? Actually.
Aye.
It was $14.99 or was it?
$14.99, aye. So good thing I did get it, because this week they put it up.
Right.
£25 I think it's up to now
Right.
on HMV.com.
How much you be looking for that at some point? Another copy?
Well, I was hoping to hang on to it.
That's alright, that's okay. No, that's okay.
Aye. So I don't know if that means that the stock's starting to dwindle down.
Just I could make you an offer, you know what I mean? But we'll see.
Right.
Not today, but
aye.
maybe get paid. 'Cause it was one I was going to pick up, but again, and I did. Again, though, Master Cinema. I don't know. I still might just pick up the regular edition, but I was planning to pick that up because it's an HMV exclusive.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we come to some agreement.
So it's weird, like, because the Blu-ray is limited edition as well, the standard edition. I don't know how long they're going to be around for. Seems silly to make it limited edition, unless they're going to bring out like a Blu-ray DVD dual format edition, like they seem to be doing. Because the new releases coming up have that, I think, plus a limited steelbook, but it's the standard edition's not limited.
It's quite nice, the orange. The orange.
It is,
it's definitely. I know I've said about the steelbooks before. I'm generally not keen to pick them up if it's the same artwork.
Aye.
Depending on what it is, but
Right.
like with the Master Cinema one, I like the spine, the numbered and things like that. But the Touch Evil one, it did appeal to me. I like the orange. It's very striking.
Definitely looks better. It's got like a bigger image of Orson Welles in the front.
Yeah.
Still, should have put that banner. That
The
still
blue
draws me
banner.
to the where it says Master Cinema.
Sure. Yes.
Just along the top. But,
yeah.
So that makes me think I still quite like the regular edition.
Yeah.
So I might sell it on at some point as well, seeing what the prices are like.
You've got the regular edition.
Yeah,
as well?
yeah.
Right. So you've got 3 copies of it.
Yes.
Holy shit. Right.
So got the 2 of them.
That's good.
I'm getting more into the steelbooks now. I'm feeling
Well,
the
in that case,
steelbook.
I might. There's a chance I could purchase your normal edition off you at some point. Then
Possibly, aye.
maybe more willing to part with that. No, that's cool, man. I like that.
So that's
that
me.
That you for pickups?
This time, aye.
Yeah, got you, man. Well, I picked up a few things. Probably my favourite, as in like price per bang for buck type thing I got. I was in Blockbuster. They were doing a few kind of ex rental Blu-rays for like £4.
Alright.
Nothing major, and most of them were like said, rental viewing only. I don't really like those boxes and things like that. But I get a film which I've not seen yet, but it's called Monsters.
Right, I've heard about this.
It's fairly low budget. It's like made for 500 grand or something like that. It's meant to be fairly decent. Though the clerk at the till, oh man, like I got it was £4, right?
Aye.
And I thought, worst case scenario, I can, bump it on whatever. It's £4, you know what I mean? I went up and a guy took it from me. He's like, "Are you seen that film?" And I was like, no, I just haven't seen it yet." And he says, like I was expecting like Jurassic Park type thing or something like that, and it's just not that at all. And like kind of basically saying, "Are you sure?" And I was like, well, man, it's like £4. I can always bump it on and things like that. And then he starts telling me most, not the story, but like it's just 2 foot walking about. What the hell? Right. And then like please tell me a few other things, and it's like, see if it wasn't £4, I would have literally said like, what's worth me buying it now. But anyway, I bought that.
Aye. And
the box was a bit beaten, like the cover, but I've got a knack with like a black marker and just overly black bits and stuff like that. But no, I'm pretty proud of that. £4 kind of beat it. Also got Rec 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that for £4 as well.
Haven't seen any of them.
Haven't seen any of them yet either. I've got the first one. I got out of Blockbuster as well. It was more than £4 though, but meant to be pretty good, the first one anyway.
Right.
And the second one's kind of meant to be pretty decent as well. The only thing is the Blu-ray for the first one, all the European releases are all 1080i.
All right.
50 like hertz kind of thing. And I don't know whether there's some, I couldn't really find out if that was inherent to the way it was shot. Like it was shot in like a digital camera.
Aye.
I've
seen that.
The Canadian release, that's the only one I can really find. There's not a States one, I don't think. I might be wrong. On Blu-ray.com, hits like 1080p, 24 frames. But I don't know what difference it will make.
Is that because if it's like 25 or any other frame rate, the canny 1080p has got to be 24?
Yeah.
Is that aye?
Well, no, because you can get it at 1080p and it'd be it would have to be 60 hertz, I think. Then possibly you can get 1080p and 50 hertz or 50. That's like 25 frames, but they say 50 hertz to double it, right?
Right. Okay.
Don't know why. See, and you can get 25 frames as well. You can do it. I don't know why. It's obviously, if to me it's been the way it's been recorded was in 1080i.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's been interlaced when they've recorded it. But they say if you've got a good set and a good player that can de-interlace it, you're not going to notice it. And I've put it in, to be fair, and there's not really, I don't notice it. But the only thing that kind of bugs me, now that I'm remembering why I was because I was contemplating buying the Canadian release has the 1 and 2.
Okay.
Was that it's got the speed up, the PAL speed up.
Right.
The 24 frames one's 78 minutes. I think UK one's 72 minutes.
Okay.
So it's quite a bit. But again, I don't know whether it was shot in 1080i.
Right.
Which would make the 24 frames one actually longer than it should be. I don't know. I've done some investigating, but I've not managed to find it. But anyway, that bugs me a wee bit. But I've got the second one, hits 1080p, 24 frames. So
because I've seen that before with Antichrist. I think we shot digitally at 25, I think.
Right.
And the European Blu-ray was 1080i, but Criterion suggesting they switched it to 24.
Is
so
there
I don't quite know the
noticeable
technical
judder or anything like
What's that?
Is there noticeable judder?
No, it seems fine.
It's quite a task. Like I've tried converting some video files at some point, and it's quite a bit to convert 25 frames to 24 frames.
Okay.
Like they do it a lot with 24 frames to 30 frames for the American stuff, for DVDs and stuff like that, and that can work quite successfully. There's something to do with the math in it. I don't really know. There's samplings of whatever, but going from 30 to 24 isn't that hard, or it's easier. But going from 25 for some reason to 24, you have to sometimes take out a frame.
Right. Okay.
So there's ways to do it, but it's not as easy as you'd think it would be. Okay. But I was wondering, so that looks okay though.
Yeah.
I mean, they obviously know what they're doing. I've never managed to successfully do it myself. But what else have I picked up? I picked up the Steelbook edition of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Okay.
Got that for about £12 on eBay, so it's pretty good. I've not watched the film yet, but
right, I was wanting to see that as well.
Yeah, well, it's directed
Thomas Alfredson.
Yeah, and it's his cinematographer as well that worked with him and let everyone in. I've popped it in. It's quite a kind of it's like 80s looking, like it's shot very kind of almost overexposed.
Okay.
You know, it's quite a harsh picture at times, but it's meant to be that way. So it's meant to be quite interesting. My mum says she's seen it and it's quite a good story and quite intriguing. 4 Flies on the Grey Velvet.
Okay.
Picked that up, the Shameless release. Got that again on eBay for about £8 or £9. I think it's going for still about 14, between 14 and 12. It was £12.99 at one point. Dario Argento. It's apparently lost masterpiece. I don't know. It's meant to be all right, but again, the completist in me is a bit kind of you know.
You're a big fan of the Argento, or just
I know. I've the ones I've seen. I've got Tenebrae, Deep Red. I've watched both of those, and I've got Cat and Indians, which I've not watched yet, but I want to see the Burt Blue Crystal Plumage first, before I watch the other two in his Animal trilogy. But no, I do. I enjoy stuff.
Started watching Terror at the Opera or Sky Plus. It was on Horror channel months ago. It's alright, but I don't know. I just kind of get into this guy. Nah. Well, obviously, we'll talk about this more. I'm doing Tenebrae next time. But,
I've not seen Terror at the Opera, but again, that's his kind of Neo Giallo collection, isn't it? It's kind of more modern ones. I think there's a general consensus that after like Phenomena, which wasn't a Giallo, but I don't think that he kind of lost his way a bit. But I don't know. I like the kind of, I don't know, there's kind of quirkiness in his films, and the cinematography is generally quite nice, in my opinion. So I've got that. Again, the completest in me bought Resident Evil Apocalypse on Blu-ray. Okay. I bought Resident Evil before, so I've now got 2 out of the 3. So out of the 4, sorry. And I got the Friday the 13th DVD box set. Okay. Which I've wanted for years. It's been out for ages in the States, and they released it over here, but it didn't have the extras disc with it. Right. And all the individual releases, except for 1 and 2, have like commentaries on them. Okay. Which the box set that was released in the UK said it in the back. It told you it had them, but apparently it didn't. It was like a misprint or whatever. So I've wanted that set for a while, so I managed to get that for like £16 or something like that. Okay. Off eBay. So that's quite a nice set. Yeah. I've only seen the first one. I'd like to get through that series at some point. Yeah, I mean, it's there if you want a wee long one. Yeah, just because it's such an iconic. Yeah, well, I'm planning to get the second one and third one on Blu-ray at some point. Right. Aye. Blu-ray ones and the third one's in 3D. Okay. Which I've mentioned to you about watching. Right. At some point, it'll be fun. But no, you can definitely check them out. They're most. I mean, again, appeals to my cheesy kind of 80s horror side, which it's the first one's really good, and they kind of get silly, but they're all right. I mean, there's some redeeming feature. Well, there was when I was 16. You know, maybe I've been breasts. I don't know. And last but not least, I got the US Blu-ray of Day of the Dead. Okay. I've been talking about getting that because the Arrow one doesn't have the 2 commentary tracks, which the US one has. And the US one's slightly better picture, in my opinion. It's I don't know if it's squashed or unstretched. Right. When you compare it to the Arrow one, whatever. I got that. So I think that's all my pickups. Got a few things as always in the post. Pending stuff. Sorry. I get Dumbo through this morning. Oh yeah. On Blu-ray. You get the Blu-ray and DVD combo. I think it is, aye. Yeah, aye, that's the one I got. Like, I don't know if there's a slipcover for it or not. I didn't get one. No, I didn't get one either. It was sealed, so I'll need to investigate because I like my slipcovers. Right. And I also get Big Bang Theory season 1 to 4. All right. Which is pretty cool. So was the Dumbo the 2-for-1? No, sorry. The Dumbo was like I got that for £8 on eBay. All right. So I thought that was a pretty decent thing. It was going for like 23 or something like that on Amazon. Aye. So it's going for a silly price, but it was okay. It was £8. You get 2 for £8 roughly if you £16 for one. Yeah, but that was the one they were offering. The 2 was only the single disc. It was only the Blu-ray edition. Oh, was it? All right. And that Amazon Play it was anyway. Oh, okay. So that was what I thought I was getting an alright deal with for £8. So, right. I see what you're saying. The 2-for-1's kind of, for the Disney things, kind of throw me, because I'd like Lion King. The rest of them, like Bambi, I might get.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'd like to get the ones like the Diamond Editions. You know, the ones that are going to maybe go out print pretty quickly or go back to the vault. But like something like Toy Story, things like that, I don't think they're going to jump back. You know what I mean? So, or like Monsters Inc.
I was annoyed Lady and the Tramp wasn't he in there yet.
What was up with that?
They must be holding that back because it just came out.
Because that's one I would definitely get. I think it's still about £16-17 itself, is it not, just now?
Yeah.
But I got Dumbo anyway, I'm pretty happy at that. Julie's, my wife, was saying she's not a big fan. You know how she got her fear of clowns.
Oh, right.
And the whole circus thing, and it's very kind of clowny. But I've got Sleeping Beauty, I've got a big kind of, when I got that, it's like a nostalgia trip for me. Because it was one I watched loads when my dad really used to like it, things like that. Dumbo. So I think that's all my pickups now. Don't think there's any more hiding in the ones in my head again. Alrighty, so we'll move on to some news.
Okay. Didn't it ask backwards this week?
Sorry?
Did it back to front this week?
Did we?
Normally do it news then pickups.
Alright, sorry about that. No, we don't usually do pickups first.
I think so.
Aye. Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Random.
Aye.
Gary, random shit can happen anyway.
They don't know what's coming at them.
Next week, we'll maybe do, no, next week, in 2 weeks' time, we'll maybe do, you know, a pick up there news item.
Now you're talking.
Gary, I'll need some beers. So any news, Gary? No, you haven't, because you've been a lazy shite.
I've been looking. There has been much interesting news coming out this week.
Google. There's been 2 weeks, Gary.
2 weeks and 2 weeks.
I've got news here that's for this week, and that I meant to say the last time as well when I had no news.
Aye. Don't want to just throw in any news. It's got to be like juicy stuff.
Okay, juicy stuff. Okay.
One little tidbit.
Oh, go for
it. Just Arrow have put some finality on the monster editions.
What's that in your? Oh no, I thought it was just Arrow's cock in your mouth there.
Oh, right.
No, we seem to be sucking it a lot. Okay.
Yeah, it's had you have to show it as well.
Oh, that might was it. I thought wondering why it was in your mouth.
I know. So limited editions, no more, except for
special releases.
They're special, maybe a Fulci or a Argento or something.
I see their point. Again, echoing some of the things that people are saying on the forums. I hope they don't like House by the Cemetery. I'm glad they're still doing that, and I hope they don't release any more Argento stuff and not do it in slipcases. You know what I mean? It's if they were to get Night of the Living Dead and do it, I hope they kind of keep it in line with what they've done before. But I can see why they're doing it. It's a shame, but
I
guess
for me, the premiere directors, it's the only ones I'm really like.
Yeah,
I must have that in the best edition. Like other titles, I can take standard.
To be honest, like things like I got Vamp.
Aye,
it was nice to have the stuff, but
yeah.
in that I wasn't. You know, that's just appealed to my cheesy kind of. I want to see something kind of funny. You know what I mean? So that didn't. If that had been out in the unlimited releases, I probably would have still got it if I could have got it. You know what I mean? And it would probably have been cheaper as well. So. No, I get what they're saying. I know what you mean. As long as the right ones come out.
Yeah.
I guess I could always do a poll. No, I don't know if that would work. I was going to say if they could do a poll for each release, but then everyone would just always say there'd always be somebody that's wanted the limited edition stylings. But there you go.
Okay, you getting any news, Simon?
I've got news, Gary. It was announced this week, and I'd actually on Blu-ray.com I'd popped in my email address for like a. To tell them when it was going to be announced. But Jaws is coming to Blu-ray.
Yeah,
I think it's in September, October, August, September time.
Aye.
They're bringing out in the States. There's a steelbook as well. We're getting a steelbook in the UK. The States steelbook looks a bit rubbish.
I didn't see that.
It's the 100th anniversary of.
Oh, the Universal.
Yeah, it's one of the Universal ones. I have actually pre-ordered both of these.
Really?
The normal release and the steelbook.
The UK?
Yes.
To the UK?
Sorry, yeah, I have. The reason for that is, have you looked at the pictures of the releases?
Yes.
The artwork and colour on the steelbook looks very different from the colours on the actual artwork.
Is it paler?
Yeah, it's like a more turquoisey colour.
Okay.
And I don't know whether I agree with it or not.
Right.
And it's I didn't know whether at first it was just the picture that was taken, you know, and it was maybe just kind of because it's metallic or whatever. I prefer the colouring on the normal Blu-ray.
Okay.
So my plan is at the moment to maybe just hang on. I've just pre-ordered them both in case they both sell out, whatever. Right. I'd like to get Steelbook. It does look nice, but I don't know. It just seems a bit turquoisey. Do you not think?
I thought it looked good. I'm just gonna get a Steelbook, I think.
I don't know. I looking at the original poster again, like the colours are more accurate in the blue. I don't know why are they different colours. You know what I mean? Seems a bit odd to do it. I
don't know. I didn't even notice they were different, to be honest.
What do you mean? I'm just showing Gary pictures now because he's tatting the pish. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I really like Jaws is one of my favourite films. It's a really good film. I'm stating the obvious a bit for most people, but that to me there's more like detail in that picture than there is in the turquoise one. But I thought I would get them both, and if they both come and I'm okay with the Steelbook, I'll keep the Steelbook. Or if I like the original, I can always sell Steelbook on, kind of thing. So that's my plan for that. But I'm glad it's coming. You seen the wee video they had up in the news?
I saw that.
The restoration. It looks like quite a comprehensive restoration. First, I was looking at the news article and it shows you the unrestored film, and I'm like, that's not what it looked like in DVD.
Right.
They're taking the, like sometimes you think with these things they show you the worst ever version of the film. You're like, I've got that in DVD. It looks better than that. You know what I mean? But no, it looks really good. It's quite interesting to see the processes and things.
Yeah, you know? did a wet gate.
Yeah, I've never really looked into how they restore films, and it was really, I mean, it looked far too easy. I know that not time wise, because obviously it says like 3 to 4 hours on each frame to restore it, but when they're removing some of the cracks, it was like it looked really easy. Right. You know what I mean? Like the tools obviously they're using are amazing, so like. But it looked very kind of like, oh, just do that, just put a it's such a circular thing from like the old paint. Like the program, just that's fine, just invisible it. But no, that's exciting news. I thought.
Yeah, Jaws saying about the film.
What about Jaws?
Yeah,
it's about a shark.
I haven't heard it. No. I think masterpiece of film storytelling. Anytime I'm watching it, I just forget I'm watching a film. Get totally drawn into the story.
Yeah, just and the characters are just so much fun. Like, I mean, the interaction between like Quint, Hooper, and Brody just it's like, I don't know. It's really fun. You know, they start off like so kind of far apart as characters.
Yeah.
When you first introduced to Quint, you're like, oh my god, who's this guy? You know what I mean? And then cut to them on the boat when they're all drunk and just like comparing war wounds.
I think definitely Spielberg's best. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy. I find him like quite conservative in terms of his filmmaking. Doesn't really take many chances with like film form. Anyway, it's all about story.
I always wonder whether they make a big deal about the shark not working. I always wonder if it had worked exactly how they'd planned, if it would be as good a film. The whole thing, we don't see the shark for so long. I don't know, it's just one of those things that you always think it's such. They always mention that the fact that we don't see the shark's quite powerful. You know what I mean? It does work. In many things, not seeing what's after them.
That's it.
The suspense of it. You know what I mean? You wonder whether it would be as powerful or as good had the shark worked the way it wanted to.
Jaws as well, along with like Star Wars and that. That took Hollywood kind of full circle. There's like the sort of demise of the studio system in the 50s and 60s. Then you had the new Hollywood directors coming up, which were quite radical at the start. They had like a strong influence of the French New Wave and European like 50s and 60s art cinema coming in. But then like the last wave, they kind of reinvented the blockbuster. Yeah. And they were more conservative filmmakers. But they kind of reinvigorated Hollywood. Yeah,
I mean, when you see like Lucas coming from like things like American Graffiti and things like that, you know what I mean, and THX 11808, you know what I mean? It's like he never made anything like nearly like that kind of thing ever again. You know what I mean? He totally got stuck in the Star Wars thing. Spielberg did make quite varied films, but as you say, not really most adventurous.
I think Scorsese's a guy who came out of the New Hollywood movement and still takes chances. But
did you see Hugo?
I did.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't seen it. I'm waiting to see it.
definitely the best 3D I've seen.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm not a biggest fan of the 3D format, but
When we started.
it takes a real auteur with a real care. He loves 3D, so he's went in and he's like designed it and specifically put the care into every shot. Whereas a lot of time it's kind of slapdash 3D.
And or convert. And up convert. You know what I mean? That's the I've been kind of. I'm not the biggest fan of Titanic. But I have been kind of saying to people who are like, oh god, like 3D has been converted, and I'm like, well, this guy pioneered and invented basically 3D that we have now. If he's and James Cameron's notoriously picky. I watched a documentary about the actual Titanic, about they were trying to figure out what happened when it sunk. You know, the actual between when the moment it left the surface and when it hit the ground, because all the placement, all the stuff. And I mean, the guy's so picky. Like, I mean, there's an animation in the 1987 film of how they thought the Titanic, like what happened after it left the surface, and basically this was him updating it, like, and making it like, as accurate as he could get it. And at the end of it, he says, like, I could have went back and changed the film when we re-release it, you know, change it to be more accurate. He says, but there's like 8 people in the world who would know that it was more accurate.
Okay.
And he says, like, yeah, I'm one of them. But I can probably live with it. But you know, so my point is, if he's happy enough with it takes him a year to convert this, where other films are converted in like 3 months. So I think it could be worth seeing in 3D. I don't know. My wife wants to go and see it.
It's strange because
I never saw
you
it
would think he'd be the guy who is against.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it seems so like that makes me think that I think they sourced it pretty well. You know what I mean? Made sure that the production house that converted it did loads of tests for him to convince him that it could be as good as what he did.
Right.
And that's what he's saying. Like, it's no pressure, right? Like, you know, it's like he kind of pioneered the 3D now. That it is kind of has to be good, doesn't it? So, be interesting to see how well it works. But I never saw Avatar.
Right.
The story of the film never really appealed to me. I wish I'd seen it now, just for the factor of it, you know, being supposedly is really a spectacle in 3D.
I guess visually it is quite good, but it's the most patronising piece of cinema I've ever seen.
I don't really.
I find that James Cameron's films, like just the exposition, the characters, the stilted dialogue, spewing out the plot, just rubs me the wrong way. I thought, this guy, he has no respect for his audience. He must think they're a bunch of morons.
I mean, that's what I said to, like, we were watching that documentary, and I said to Tuntley John, says, like, he's a renowned dick.
Right.
James Cameron, you know what I mean? Pernickety as fuck, you know what I mean? And he could do everybody's job. Like, when it goes to making films, I mean, he could do everyone's job. But when I think he sometimes has to, like, from a point of view, like, his first film was Piranha 2. You know, I think he sometimes has to should draw himself in a wee bit and realise he's not as maybe as clever as he thinks when it comes to, you know what I mean, storytelling and whatever. But I've never been a big fan of Titanic. I like the subject matter, that the whole thing, you know, Titanic. I've been quite interested in the history of it, but I don't know. And I like Leo DiCaprio, and you know, especially in more recent years, he's definitely proved himself as not just the kind of, you know, the kind of, like Johnny Depp, like coming from, like, could have been the kind of teen heartthrob kind of, or like, you know, the good looking, the Brad Pitt character in every film he was in. He could have been, and he's kind of like in a lot of films kind of proven himself. Same with Leo. It's not him I don't like. It's just it's a bit.
I've only seen the film once. Must have been about 10 years ago.
I've seen it a few times, but I never saw it at cinema or anything like that. But there you go. How did we get onto that? We're talking about Jaws. That's what it was.
Oh, aye.
This random shit segment starting to one of our diatribes, our rants. Another piece of news. Second piece of news. This is something I meant to say last time, right? So I'll say it straight up, and if it's really old news, something I meant to say to you. Have you heard the news about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
I haven't, no.
No, Michael Bay's producing it.
Oh, aye.
Right, so what's his production company? Who apparently his production company's been put in charge of the next Halloween film, which I'm not chuffed about.
Okay.
Platinum Dunes. It's like they did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake,
right,
and the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. He's come out and said that the turtles are going to be aliens.
Okay.
From an alien planet.
Right.
And they're just going to call it Ninja Turtles.
Right.
instead of TMNT. So there's been a big backlash, including the voice of the original Michelangelo from the films, saying like, about him again raping our childhood, right? And he came out and said, like, just the comment he said, like, I just want everyone to chill.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think? Like, were you into Turtles?
I saw the original films at the time. It's not something I'd watch now.
No, to me I was into the Turtles and things like that.
Yeah.
And it just seems very like, how is it more believable to believe a planet of turtles who know ninja,
Right.
as opposed to turtles who are mutated? I don't see how. I don't know where it comes from, unless they come on like big robots
Right.
to Earth. I don't really see what they're getting out of it, other than increasing their budget like threefold if they're having to do aliens. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's just a wee piece of news that I know that there's a big backlash against. Also, there is in the works, again, a film I've not seen, a Dario Argento film, Suspiria. They're planning to do a remake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bit kind of disturbing. It's a bit pointless, I guess, but it's by a guy called David Gordon Green. Do you know?
Oh yeah.
Do you know the guy?
Aye.
Who is he?
He started off doing like kind of indie movies. There's a good one called George Washington.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then he's recently made like Pineapple Express and sort of dumb kind of screwball comedies.
Mm-hmm. Eastbound and Down, I think he does the TV show.
Right. George Washington's amazing.
Yeah.
That's in the Criterion Collection.
Right.
That's a kind of like similar to Gummo in a way.
Right.
Something like that.
Well, I hadn't really heard of the guy, but like, I don't know if it'll be any good.
I wouldn't have thought
I've not seen the original.
he would say
a
horror director.
But no, that's apparently who's doing it. But I haven't seen the original, but again, a lot of the fans are kind of up in arms about it and saying it's a bit kind of sacrilegious.
Right.
Don't know. But anyway, that's another piece of news. I had another few things I wanted to say. The GFT, the Glasgow Film Theatre, this month are showing Deep Red on the 20th of April.
Right.
At 11 p.m. Dario Argento, as we mentioned tonight, it's a pretty good film. I've seen it. I've got it in Blu-ray. I'll give you a loan of it. Also on the 25th and 26th, Reanimator is showing. Might not be interested.
I haven't seen that.
No, I've not seen it either. But it's showing 8:45 GFT. So it's just a couple of decent horror films that they're showing. We should probably mention, right, so we're doing the kind of every 2 weeks now. There's been a bit of a break between Gummo episode 4 and this. So it's going to be I think I mentioned it last time, but just we're going to be every 2 weeks hopefully. In the meantime, we are going to be, as mentioned last episode, starting our Bat specials. Me and Gary discussed this at length over a couple of messages over Facebook. That we decided we're going to do them by director, really, almost.
Right, aye.
We're going to do the first 2 Burton films, watch them, pod them, and do them as one. And then the Schumacher films, which Gary loves. He's a big fan of. The collector's editions of them, have you know? Signed.
Aye.
Then we're also going to do the Nolan 2 that are there, and then we might do one or just add on to the end of the Nolan ones, like our kind of hopes and dreams for Rises.
Well, we'll do a Rises one.
Just do a Rises one separate. That's fine. Yeah. Or do you do it once? I just meant we could look forward.
Oh
to
yeah,
it
sure.
At the end of the kind of Nolan double, and then we'll eventually do our Rises one. Hopefully, going to record, watch, and maybe record that. We're going to keep doing the regular ones.
Aye.
They're just going to be wee extra episodes which people can listen to if they're interested or not. The Bat specials.
Yes, look out for them.
Yeah.
If you're a Batman fan.
So, next time on Cinema Subculture, we're going to be looking at Tenebrae from Dario Argento, 1982 Giallo horror film. You've seen this guy before? Aye. Yeah, he's shooting just on TV and stuff like that.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I've got the Arrow Blu-ray. So we're going to check that out. It was on the Video Nasties list, I believe.
It was.
Getting back to our Video
Final
Nasties.
39, yes.
Yep. The film represented the Argento's return to the Giallo form after kind of a break with Suspiria and Inferno.
So join us next time on Cinema Subculture. Thanks for listening, and
keep it extreme.
It was a nightmare.